restores and protects all concrete structures. So if the building is 1 story or 40 high, a bridge 1 mile or 10 miles long, CPR is long on the experience to fix it right. Local, licensed, insured, bonded, and drug-free. CPR is the concrete contractor you need to get to know. Also working with other general contractors. Find them at cprcontracting.com.
Do you remember the freedom of being debt-free? If you're overwhelmed by heavy debt, you may have forgotten what life can be like when you're under less pressure. Financial freedom is possible, and bankruptcy can help. I'm Don Dufresne. At the law offices of Parker & Dufresne, we offer a fast-file bankruptcy option with no money down. We've helped thousands in our community find a solution to their excessive debt. Visit jackslawcenter.com for a free consultation. Office is Jacksonville.
When you get hurt, you feel like everything is put on hold. And
here's Hunter Scantling to talk about his experience with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
when it comes to injuries like that, you gotta make sure you get the best advice, the best surgeon. And luckily, I was recommended to go to Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, and the office was awesome, very nice. Everybody there made me feel at home. Everybody's been spot on.
Get your body moving again with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Find out more at se-ortho.com.
The highly skilled members of Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians would like to thank all the hardworking men and women out there and wish everyone a happy Labor Day weekend. Local 234, make the right connection.
Well, the NFL season is about to kick off. You know what that means? It's time to bet, win, and get paid at MyBookie.ag. MyBookie.ag has more odds and more prop bets than any other sports book, and absolutely nobody pays out faster. You get your cash when you want it. Sign up now and MyBookie will double your first deposit. That's up to $1,000 in free money to bet your favorite teams. Want more? How about $100,000 more? Yeah, you heard it. You win MyBookie's first ever NFL handicapping super contest, and $100,000 is all yours. Don't play on some no-name sports book. Bet with the best at MyBookie.ag. Use promo code RADIO today to get your exclusive double your money offer today. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code RADIO. Don't miss your chance to win big this NFL season. Play, win, and get paid only at MyBookie.ag.
Hey Jacksonville, Wally here from Pro Drivers. If you need professional drivers to keep your business running, I want to talk with you about helping you find better drivers and better results for your business. Call me at 904-801-9451.
This is Joe C., and I'm happy to recommend the Bailey Group when it comes to serving businesses and individuals for comprehensive benefits packages and wellness programs. They've been doing it for some of Northeast Florida's most prominent employers for a long time. These aren't the type of people you'll see once a year when it's time to renew your plans. No, I've known Mark Bailey, Travis Cummings, and the team at the Bailey Group for years, so give them a call. You won't be disappointed, or you can visit mbaileygroup.com. Call Travis Cummings, 904-461-1800 at the Bailey Group.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
All right, hanging out on a Monday, 7:41. Good morning, Jacksonville. Gators beat the Canes 24-20. Joe U, the phone line is open at 9:22 a.m.
Paging Joe U
he will
on the
call
green courtesy phone.
And deliver his congratulatory wishes.
Somehow, when Joe calls, Miami will have won the game.
By the time he's done, yes. Yeah. By the time he is done. And it'll be interesting to see what here's the deal with Miami. And this is I nailed this the other night, I think, with the Canes. And this is where the Canes got to be careful, okay? And Manny Diaz said all the right things. And he's a likable guy. And he was good in the press conference. And Miami, when the lights are on and it's national TV and the swag is back, and that was great. It's the next game against North Carolina where it's Saturday at noon and there's 15,000 in the stadium and they look up and they get beat. That's what they got to guard against. That's what Miami has.
That's happened too much.
Miami has to come out and play the next game like they played this game and play better and get better. And that's where just in the last 10 years, that's been part of the problem with Miami. When when they got on that little run with Rick, and they played Notre Dame and the national TV game. I mean, they kicked the crap out of the Irish, right? But then a couple weeks later, they lost their last 3. Bang, bang, bang. So that's what Miami has to guard against now. It's, if you're a Miami fan, hey, listen, you know what? You hate that you lost the game. There are no moral victories. Said all the right things. But you also saw some things that make you say, okay, well, I think we can be okay here.
I'm not, and I agree with what you said. There was really only, which, look, this is a matchup of a team who went in the tank last year, whose coach left them out of nowhere, who was a first-year coach, a first-game quarterback, and yet I felt like the only real super talent difference in the game was Miami's offensive line. Looked like they were Charleston Southern. I mean, Florida pressured Miami's offensive line more than they pressured the throwaway directional schools.
Yes.
Now, granted, they're keeping their
10 sacks.
Their main guys in for the whole game rather than getting to the third or fourth team. But I thought Miami's skill position, talent, and was on par. You know, I thought. But that being said, I'm not down on Florida's performance the other day. Look, teams escape, man. Again, the ramifications of this game, we want to make them immediate. And we don't know yet. We're going to have to wait and see how important or impressive.
But there's no denying that Felipe Franks did not look particularly good.
He didn't.
He didn't see the field particularly well. He turned the ball over.
But that's
3 times.
That's also marked against.
You can't do that, man.
That's also marked against what you expect and how he finished. He did throw for over 250 yards, and he did produce 3 touchdowns as well, 2 through the air and 1 on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Felipe Franks, this is not terrible Felipe Franks. He doesn't complete that pass. He doesn't go 17 for 27.
No.
Right. Was he not good? Did Miami's a defensive line that we talked about being, in a front 7 as good as it is?
I don't think he was highly pressured. I thought they did a really good job pass blocking, run blocking. They got to get a little bit better, but he had one. Florida. I don't think Mullen had a good game. Dan Mullen is a really good play caller. Now he did hit 4 for 4 on 4th downs, which
we were
was
terrible
big.
on 3rd and 3 or 4.
Yeah.
They did a good job of getting the change right. They hardly ever had 3rd and long. They'd run it twice or throw and run and be 3rd and 2, and then they had a devil of a time.
Yeah.
Completing quick early stuff. I'd like to see them go downfield more.
They had a 3rd and 8 or 9 at the 10-yard line where Felipe Franks basically powered up the middle.
Yeah, it was dumb.
I read yesterday that he had changed to that play and that it was the right because there's only a 5-man front. And I thought,
but it's too far to go.
Yeah, you can't. That would never be the right play to change to.
If Florida didn't, this is something else I wonder.
Unless
about,
you're playing for 3, which obviously is what they ended up doing.
I wonder about the impact, and it may not be anything. Shoot, Florida would practice as physical and tough as imaginable back in 2002, and Travis Henry bounced off 48 tacklers that night in the swamp and ran for about 800 yards. But I wonder about this, and maybe in Gainesville they have been tackling. But I know that, the NFL doesn't tackle anymore. They don't tackle in practice. They don't play physical until it's time to play physical. And if that's happening at all in Gainesville, then could that have played any kind of part in what was
neither side tackled
a terrible tackling game?
Neither side tackled
well. That would speak to the overall.
Yeah, I think you're going to see more and more
push
of that.
To eliminate physicality in practice.
Yeah, DJ Dallas became Tommy Frazier for one play. It was the opposite side of the field, but that was a Tommy Frazier run that Florida bounced off.
Some about safeties and corners that want to just tackle with their shoulder pad. No one will wrap up.
Miami's touchdown pass to their tight end was tipped. Tight end caught it at the 5. Juwan Taylor chose to thump him and fall off him and allow him to score a touchdown.
That was good fortune for Miami after the ball was tipped for it to still be right on. Look, I think that both teams can leave there. Look, it's not mission accomplished when you don't win the football game.
Right.
But Miami could have lost 38-13, and you wouldn't have any
Most
optimism.
people feel like the general thought was if Florida doesn't fumble going in, and this is the spin, and both sides can put spin on it, and that's kind of the thing you build off of. Like Florida will say, you don't turn the ball over 4 times and beat a good team ever. You just don't, and they were able to do that. Okay, if you're Miami, you're like, we got sacked 10 times. We were 2 for 13 on 3rd downs. They converted 4 4th down plays against us, and we lost by 4.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Miami screwed up, in my opinion, and there was about 4.5 minutes to go. I thought they should have kicked the field goal.
Well, they missed the one. They
I
just
know,
missed
but-
the chippy.
I know.
You're talking about when they were at like the 35, 30-yard line?
Kick a field goal.
Yeah. Then you're only down 3.
And Manny Diaz had a good point in his postgame. We're not ready to be a big-time program when we get a game-changing turnover, and then before we
go back 30 yards.
We go back 30 yards.
That was at the end of the game, too.
Yeah, that was the taunting. Both sides got caught. Some of the calls were iffy. The personal foul on the out of bounds on the
first one was kind of iffy.
I was like, you got to be kidding me.
The kicker was roughing.
Yeah,
they killed that kid. He was 8 steps out of bounds.
Yeah.
But that first one, I agree. I mean, you can't. You got a guy making a beeline for 20 yards. I said before, what if we made, as long as it wasn't a rough hit, just a normal hit?
Yeah.
What if you made that sideline boundary the boundary?
Yeah.
In other words, you get that 2 yards to finish a tackle.
Yeah. But I went back and looked at the PIs. For sure, the 4th and 34 one was definitely a pass interference.
I thought the other one, the feet kind of got tripped
Yeah,
up.
I thought that one, I think the Miami receiver was smart and said, all right, I can't get this ball, so I'm going to go down and get a call. And then they did wave off the one in the end zone, which they call that one changes the game.
Miami could argue of a couple of calls that went against them too. So
and I think Miami had 14 plays down the stretch inside Florida's 30. 14 plays, and they did not.
I tell you one thing that showed up. I do think that Miami, has, where would you say? And again, it's hard until we see him play. Clemson is the most talented, has the best athletes in the ACC. It's not even close.
Right.
Who has the second best?
Well, Herbie, I guess.
Could it be Miami?
Herbie said he expects Miami to win the Coastal this year, and play Clemson.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we'll see. If I am Miami though.
By the way, I've been meaning to say this. Have you seen Chris Fowler lately?
Yeah, I saw him the other night on TV.
What was he wearing?
He was wearing a suit, I think.
No, that's not.
What do you mean that's not? What are you talking about?
That's not what I'm referring. Chris Fowler.
Chris Fowler was wearing a suit in the broadcast.
Yes, Chris Fowler is freaking yoked.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Well, you can tell
he's like my new, because Chris Fowler is sort of my age.
Yeah, about
Chris
right.
Fowler. So like Chris Fowler in our world, in the broadcast world, is a tremendous success story. For those of you who don't know, Chris Fowler used to do a high school show on
Scholastic
ESPN.
Sports America.
And did it for a few years.
In the late 80s to early 90s.
Yes.
And then was replaced by Melissa Stark, I believe, in that show.
Oh, was he?
I believe so.
All right. Come look at this picture here. Right. Take the 3-foot walk.
You could not tell. He looked skinny, like he was in shape, but he didn't look
So
young.
he's like, my point is, in our industry, he's like my age, and he's successful. He's successful. He's successful dude in our business. I mean, he's grown. I mean, in ESPN world, the guy moved up the chain, and now he's doing something we'd all love to do, right? The Saturday college football game of the week. I mean, he did Countdown. He did their game day show forever, right? And then he got this promotion, and so now he works probably 6 months a year. He makes a boatload of money. And
apparently it works out the other 6 months.
Apparently the other 6 months.
I'd like to look like that. That's possible,
what I'm saying.
isn't it?
He's our age.
Is it possible?
Why can't we be like that?
I don't know. 2 bad elbows, a bad shoulder, a start. But,
my gosh. The guy looks great, though. He's fantastic.
He looks much better than you or I will.
Quite frankly, I'm jealous of him, and I may have a little bit of a man crush.
Well, let me tell you what I don't have a man crush, but I am here, and when we go to this break, I'm going to drop and give you 20 is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to start doing
I'll throw $3 at you if you do
push-ups.
20 push-ups in the break every time.
Will you? Think I can do 20?
This is as old as the Baselli.
No, it's just stop.
Here's what I'm going to do.
No one wants to hear
this.
this.
And the commercial breaks for 4. If it's a 5-minute break, I'm going to go run for 5 minutes. I'll come back. I'll do it every time, and I'll be in great shape.
Nah, not gonna happen there. All right, we continue with this thrilling conversation. Let's still have a Shazam Spotlight to go this morning. Your chance to check in either via the phones or the 1010XL text line built by Lifetime Enclosures. Those numbers are 641-1010. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, DivorceMenOnly.com.
The 1010XL studios are kept clean by Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Hacker here, and I'm inviting you to join me immediately following each Gator game this fall on the 1010XL Facebook page for my instant reaction, presented by Mattress Recliner Fit 123. Home or road, win or lose, whenever Florida plays, I'll be live on the 1010XL Facebook page as soon as the game ends, talking with you.
In celebration of our all-new showroom off Town Center Parkway, Diamonds Direct announces our best offer ever. 5 years, 0 interest financing on any purchase. Starting this Saturday, you can get the Diamonds Direct unbeatable value price on any item. Pay nothing down and spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest. You can even finance the tax. This amazing offer starts this Saturday at the all-new Diamonds Direct showroom off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt behind Firebirds. On approved credit.
Attention diesel mechanics. Republic Services is now hiring in Duval and St. Johns County. And with Republic Services, new diesel mechanics get a $2,000 sign-on bonus, a $1,000 yearly tool allowance, and competitive benefits. Republic Services will even pay for your ASE certifications and offer a bonus for each certification earned. Join the Republic Services team and make a positive impact on your community and environment today. Visit republicservices.jobs for more information and to apply. Wear the star, drive your career.
We've been saving people money for over 50 years. Now at Mavis Discount Tires, save even more. Right now, get up to $100 back on a set of 4 select Continental tires. You always save at Mavis Discount Tire. Visit MavisTire.com to see our huge tire selection and to find a store near you. Come in today and save.
Mavis Discount Tire, America's discount tire store.
Legal and other restrictions apply. See stores for rebate details.
Jaguars fans, Brian Sexton here. I've discovered something that will take your tailgates to the next level this football season. Bernie Grills. You've never seen anything like these portable all-wood grills. Bernie's are convenient, affordable, and simple to use with no messy cleanup. Bernie's real alder wood flavor makes burgers and brats taste delicious. I grilled some steaks on mine the other night, and they were incredible. So get your Bernie Grill for the next game at BernieGrill.com or at Amazon. Bernie Grill. Light. Grill. Done.
FSU fans, the Party Shack Tailgate Village is offering special VIP pricing only for Florida State Boise State. For $39.95 plus tax, you'll have access to air-conditioned VIP suites, each with a top deck with sunshade, charging stations, Sonos sound systems, free Wi-Fi, and luxury air-conditioned restrooms on site. Plus, catered food provided by Publix and 4 drink tickets for beer or wine. Only $39.95 plus tax for FSU Boise State, and you can buy now at jacksvillage.com. That's jacksvillage.com.
You know, guys, with you, sometimes it's baby steps. I remember with my husband, I had to practically drag him to the nail salon to get a pedicure, assuring him how much he was going to love getting a pedicure. And we did it. And of course, now he goes all the time because he thinks it's the greatest thing in the world. Same thing with laser hair removal. I told him, this is so great. I won't have to shave your back anymore. You'll be smooth all of the time and feeling confident. He did it. And again, that life-changing moment when he listened to his wife. Ideal Image Med Spa wants you to be confident this summer. Get up to 60% off laser hair removal. Yeah, this is something for men, women, anyone with unwanted hair. It's here, it's there, it's even there, but that doesn't mean it has to stay. And when you look good, you feel good. When you feel your best, you get more out of life. Call for your private complimentary consultation. It's 904-652-0652. That's 904-652-0652. Located at the Markets Town Center, US 17, just south of Orange Park on Fleming Island, St. Augustine, and Diane's Marketplace on South Ponce de Leon Boulevard. Medical Director, Dr. Holly Hickman, and IdealImage.com.
Jaguars fans, Brian Sexton here. I've discovered something that will take your tailgates to the next level this football season. Bernie Grills. You've never seen anything like these portable all-wood grills. Bernie's are convenient, affordable, and simple to use with no messy cleanup. Bernie's real alder wood flavor makes burgers and brats taste delicious. I grilled some steaks on mine the other night, and they were incredible. So get your Bernie Grill for the next game at BernieGrill.com or at Amazon. Bernie Grill. Light. Grill. Done.
All year long you'll be singing our song. Stay cooler with Bueller. At the head of our class we make it happen fast. Stay cooler with Bueller. For heating and air we always play fair. We make the difference cause we really care. Bueller Air. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
When you owe the IRS or Florida sales tax and can't pay, contact J. David Tax Law. voted best tax attorney by Folio Weekly readers, and an ultimate tax attorney by the Jacksonville Business Journal. Stop collection action and permanently resolve your tax problem. Peace of mind is only a click or call away. Call J. David Tax Law now for a no-cost consultation at 507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Online at jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Jags fans, this one's for you. Enter the TIAA Bank Take the Field sweepstakes for your chance to win 2 club tickets and get pregame sideline access to be on the field when the Jags come out of the tunnel. A new winner will be chosen for each home game. To enter and for official rules, visit TIAABank.com/takethefield. No purchase necessary. Open to legal residents in 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Void where prohibited. Entry period from 8/5/2019 to 12/18/2019. For official rules and complete details, visit TIAABank.com/takethefield. Sponsor TIAA FSB.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by TIAA Bank. I'm Taylor Dahl for 1010XL. What a weekend for the AFC South as Texans running back Lamar Miller tears his ACL in preseason game number 3. Titans announced the official 4-game suspension of left tackle Taylor Lewan. And Andrew Luck of the Colts announces his retirement after 7 seasons with Indianapolis. Coach Doug Marrone spoke on Luck's retirement.
I know how difficult it is. I know how difficult this game is. I know how great of a competitor he is. So I felt it was unfortunate that injuries take a part of it, and I'm sure it must have been very, very difficult for him. Just a loss for the game.
And despite 2 turnovers and a not very pretty win, Felipe Franks managed to pull the Gators into a win over Miami 24-20 as Florida starts the season 1-0. 7:58 and 77 degrees. Time and temp are brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
20 seconds to go. Florida 24, Miami 20. This is it right here for Miami. Mowry goes left with 3 receivers. Osborne, short side right. The crowd is deafening. Williams fumbles the snap. Moon has got him. Throws his pass to the right side, incomplete, and it's over. The Gators are going to get out of here with a win. He botched the snap, and the Gators with a wild celebration.
Fun game to be a part of, you know what I mean? It was a wild game to be a part of. It certainly reminded everybody college football's back, and it looks like we're in for another exciting season after 150 years. It hasn't dulled at all.
All right, we are going to give you a chance to make a few phone calls here before we see what's trending. So 641-1010. Got Canes Gators thoughts. FSU at home here, or I say at home, at our home here in Jacksonville coming up this weekend. And the AFC South, the complexion of the division really changed this weekend. I listen, I understand the polarization that happens in the immediate reaction, overreaction sometimes. But, like, for instance, I didn't think Florida played their best game the other day. I think Miami caused some of that. But, this notion that, if Florida plays like that, they'll win 5 or 6 games. Well, first of all, they're not going to play like that. They're not going to fumble 4 times. They're not going to, every game.
If you think about it, too, the fact that Mullen, one of the things that Mullen said after the game that I agree with, and thinking back now, is he said, hey, listen, because he went for it on 4th down 4 times. But he's got, veteran guys. He's got veteran guys that he has faith in his play calls. His play calls were good on 4th down. I mean, there's some nice, one run to the short side was cool. That was wide open. I mean, so his play calls are good. He's got guys that he trusts. I think that's the way he's going to be throughout the year.
Yeah. Well, and if Florida's defense showed even better than you would have thought.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost C.C. Jefferson. They lost Polite. I mean, they're down 3 defensive linemen.
The Grenard kid is tremendous, and that's a great pickup for them. And that's where Mullen's been strong in the transfer portal. So he and Zuniga.
And you know what? The Houston and Miller and some of these they haven't played yet look like they're ready to play.
Ventrell Miller was terrific.
Yeah. All right, let's take a couple phone calls. We'll start with 641-1010. Harold is up first. Hello, Harold.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Harold.
Yeah. I heard from FSU fans all week, I hope both teams lose the game.
Right.
Well, they damn near got what they wanted. I thought at the end of the 4th quarter they were just going to stand there handing the ball to each other going, no, you go win the game.
I will say this for Miami, and now look, it's been a long time since last November, but that football team that Florida played Saturday night was a whole hell of a lot better than the one they played at the end of November last year. A lot better. So, I mean, things can change. So,
I think, and I'm a diehard Hurricane fan, I think there's a chance that both teams could end up having a decent season, but I'll be honest with you, to get on the offensive line real quick, and then I do want to talk about the quarterback. The offensive line, I put a little bit of that on the coaching staff because we knew that was not a secret that the offensive line was young and had a high chance of struggling in that game.
Right.
How about keeping one of the tight ends in the block? Maybe bring in a fullback. Like, do something to help your quarterback out. It'd be different if they were if their excuse was, we got to try to get the ball down the field. They didn't even take any chances.
I think if you go back and look, Harold, and I like what you said, but I think if you go back and look, there are about, 3 or 4 of those sacks, maybe even 5, were on the young kid.
Yeah,
he held it too long.
He did.
And you like that in a young guy because – that's a little bit of poise in the pocket, but you got to get that presence where you got to have that internal clock and say, okay, I got to get rid of this thing.
Well, and he can take off, so that's another thing that hopefully the coaching staff will show him.
Yeah,
the video
take off and run.
But here's my thing with Jaron Williams, and we've seen this at Miami before. We've seen Ja'Cory Harris as a young guy make a great play. Oh, is this Miami's next quarterback? We've seen it with Stephen Morris. We've seen it with Brad Kaya.
Right.
The reason why I feel like this kid is going to be different, he makes such smart decisions with the football. If you look, and even that touchdown at the end, it would have been a tough grab.
Right.
But Kellen Winslow or Jeremy Shockey comes down with that in that game. So he did a great job of putting the ball where only his receivers could get it. I really don't remember a bad pass he threw all night, except maybe that comeback that he missed pretty badly on the sideline. But the dude looked amazing. He's very smart with the football. But I'll say this, going forward, it's not just North Carolina you got in 2 weeks. It's Mac Brown. And he's going to go in there and coach his ass off. So this coaching staff has to be better prepared, or it's going to be another struggle.
Thank you, Harold.
Thank you, Harold. Let's go to another Canes perspective. DJ this morning. Hello, DJ.
Definitely not a Cane. I'm a Gator, man.
All right, well, good. They blame beef. Yeah.
Good. So I'm a little worried about Felipe Franks, man. I just wanted to get you guys' thoughts on it. Mullen came out. I'm disappointed because he came out all summer saying how much of a jump we come to see.
Right.
And he had Steve Spurrier come out saying a few months ago this guy could be in the Heisman race.
Yeah.
Hell, even Urban Meyer a few weeks ago said that he expects Felipe Franks to have a big jump. I just want to get you guys' thoughts on that because if you take out the 66-yard swing pass to Tony and a 65-yard pass to Hammond, man, it wasn't a good overall good box score for him.
Yeah. I would say this. I thought Pross had a good point earlier. The bad Felipe Franks in this game, the overwhelmed Felipe Franks would have gone 8 for 27, 11 for 27 for 103 yards. And so he still threw for 254, 2 touchdown passes. The one to Hammond down the middle was beautiful. But in fairness to DJ, was I disappointed? Yeah, I was. I was expecting a little bit more. I expect him to take care of the football. And the last interception, there's no excuse for ever. And I don't care. Do
you know who
what Mullen took the blame? No, Dan. No.
Who was the defensive coordinator for the Canes last year?
Last year?
Yeah. Manny Diaz, their head coach.
Oh, yeah.
Who was the number 1 pass defense in all of college football last year?
Who?
Do you know who it was?
No.
The Miami Hurricanes.
Okay.
That's a good team. That's a good defense.
Yeah.
I mean, look, against other teams that may have come back to bite them. I think that by the end of the year, that Florida's not going to face pass defenses better, not many, better than Miami. And so there's this inclination, because Miami struggled last year so bad, to write them off as untalented, like you just played Kentucky. And, again, that's the number. Miami last season gave up 140 yards a game through the air. And you don't take away I'm not taking away the 65-yarder to Josh Hammond. It's a beautiful throw.
Right.
It's his best play of the night.
Right.
I'm not taking the 65-yarder away from Kadarius Toney. It counts. That's like telling Miami's DJ Dallas, well, you don't get that 60-yarder he ran in.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, at the same time, I'm not apologizing for Felipe Franks. I don't think he played his best game.
Yeah.
But I think the narrative that he played terrible is a little harsh, I think. All right, 641-1010. Joshua is next. Hello, Joshua.
Hello, Joshua.
Gentlemen, good morning. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Count me in the number of those people who wanted to see both teams lose. As a Florida State fan,
sure.
This Saturday night. But I'll say this, a couple quick things, and I'll get off. Felipe Franks going to the camera and saying, "I do this, stop playing with me."
Yeah.
And you're throwing interceptions.
It's a little annoying. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man. You got to do that bit better than that. But I think the big story for me was after Franks' last interception, Al Blades Jr. with the double middle fingers to an injured Felipe Franks, costing his team 15 yards and prime field position for an opportunity to go and win that game. You've got to be smarter than that, kid.
Yeah.
I get the whole Miami swagger. I
Sure.
get all that stuff, but you have got to be so much smarter than that, guys. Great show as always, man. I'll talk soon.
Thank you, Joshua.
Well,
and that's a fair point. Look, again,
Florida did that too. Florida also had dumb mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
Giving a guy two middle fingers, by the way, that's not swagger.
No.
That's
a penalty.
That's stupidity and vulgarity. The swagger was back, though. Boy, those Canes, there's something about the DNA in that program.
Best shot of the night was Big Sears puffing on the stogie.
My favorite was the lady who tweeted the picture. It was like, "Sir, this is a non-smoking stadium."
Big
Who's gonna
Sirs.
tell him? You go tell him.
Big Sirs. I love Big Sirs. I told this story last week, but I'll tell it again. I was talking to Cersei when we taped Beat the Brains. He was going to be on the panel for one of those shows coming up, and I was talking to Cersei about the game. And I asked, well, who are your buddies from Miami? Because, he's obviously going to the game in Orlando. I said, who do you hang with on a weekend like that?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, well, man, I got my boys, but unfortunately, at Miami, they only allow first-team All-Americans on the sideline. So, I guess his guys are up in Section 212, and Big Leon standing there with a towel around his neck and a stogie in his mouth. Well, look who's picked up the orange courtesy phone this morning.
Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado.
Joe Yu.
I thought it was coming in the 9 o'clock hour, but he has gotten up early.
Hey, and I will say this, Miami fan, you're in luck. You thought you lost Saturday night. Joe Yu's about to tell you you're 1-0. So this will be good.
I tried to wait tonight. I couldn't wait. To the victor goes the spoils. Congratulations, Dan and Jeff. You guys
Thank you, buddy.
Run the state right now after 1 week. So
thank you.
You did what you had to do to win. First, before I get to that stadium is trash, bro.
That's what everyone's saying.
I sent a message to their management. Water, $9 freaking.
Oof.
You got to be kidding me, man.
That's too much.
That's a joke. But anyway, back to the game. I mean, the bottom line, y'all didn't mention the muff punt on the 5. We can't have 4 turnovers and score 3 points, and then you guys get 1 turnover from us and score 7 points. That's the difference in the game. I think Jeff has been on it all morning. Y'all not going to face a better defense this year. I know that might sound crazy and ridiculous.
I retract everything that I said.
Wait a minute.
Everything that you agree with, I
I'm not going to allow you. You will continue. But I'm not going to allow you to tell me about a great defense ever since the Louisville fiasco. You know what I'm talking about.
And by the way, Joe,
Joe, get a 50 yards rushing, bro.
Hold on a second. Hey, Joe, hold on a second. And I'm also gonna have to shoot down something else. Yeah, it was big that Florida got 7 off their 1 turnover, but the reason that Miami lost the game is because the biggest mismatch
on the 9. That's how we lost the game.
What lost the game? No, Joe, that's not Joe. Joe, stop. You didn't lose the game because you fumbled a punt. You lost the game because your offensive line couldn't block me, you, Dan, and Taylor. The Florida defense just destroyed. That was the big deal. That was the biggest.
That was the biggest mismatch. Was
correct?
Our offensive line.
And that's why you lost.
But we lost because y'all got 7 points.
All right, and you know what, Joe? Hey, Joe, this is where you frustrate me. And Florida fumbled at your 7. Shut up. You lost because the offensive line
shut up. That's
could not.
Rude.
You say it to me twice a week.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
If there's ever deserved in the history of our program.
Another thing, moving past that.
Yes, sir.
I think you kind of touched on a little, and we both touched on. I didn't know that when we practice, we do this. I know in the NFL they're doing that. But on you guys, like that big pass play after the 4th down that you scored on from 60 yards, we missed like 18 tackles.
Yeah.
And on DJ Ivy's run, you guys missed about 18 tackles. But these are 2 premier, at least 2 top 10 defenses in college football.
You would think.
They don't miss tackles like that.
Oh, my goodness.
I was really shocked at that. And I think it has to do with it's the first game, and they're not taking kids to the ground anymore tackling in practice, I guess.
Yeah.
That was uncharacteristic for both teams. The next thing I want to point on, Dan Mullen knows something that a lot of your fans, and it was kind of, you guys didn't go crazy with it, but a lot of people on the station prognosticating, the Gators going to win 37-3 or nonsense like that. We knew it was going to be a tight game, those of us who know. But I think Dan Mullen really, really knew what he was in for, going for in his own. I always say coaches are scared. When Tressel did it against you guys at Ohio State, and when Saban did it last year, if you go for it deep in your own territory on some fake trick play on 4th down, you're scared. You know what's going on. And it worked. When it works, it works. And your next play, you got a 60-yard touchdown.
Right.
But I think Dan Mullen knew that this wasn't the 8th-ranked team playing an unranked team. These are 2 teams that are very similar, and the whole season left to play. We lost. There's no moral victories. I'm pissed off. I thought we should have won. this is going to shock you. I thought we were the better team, and we outplayed you. But we lost. I'm serious. We lost. Look at the stats show it. But the difference was we forced 4 turnovers and got 3 points.
The difference was you got sacked 10 times.
I'm just happy, Joe, that you can no longer, Joe, you can no longer say how you own Florida and that you beat them, 7 out of last 8, because now we got the upper hand, and we'll see you in Gainesville in 2024, my man.
Dan and Jeff, you guys know I'm a God-fearing man, and on my knees I pray that we get you on a Peach Bowl or Orange Bowl, or it could be, we could get payback.
That's true.
You could.
It's a long way.
That's fair.
We could meet again.
I thought Miami.
Look,
listen, I thought it was a good. I thought it was a good start for your team, except for the terrible mistakes that both teams made.
Joe, what did you think fan split was? Most of my people told me it was like 60-40, 65-35 Florida. Is that about right?
Yeah,
Is that accurate?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Miami fans showed up.
They always do for this game.
Yeah,
Florida-Miami is always
It's a great rivalry.
It is.
It really is. It's when they play
again.
I love driving in and giving everybody crap. And I saw some Duval Canes fans, and I give them the Gator Chomp, and and then I had
it was respectful. I didn't see a lot of fights or anything.
No,
like
just
that.
the band. You just beat up the band a little bit, but other than that, I think it was okay.
Jeff, and that's another thing. Jeff bought the real news. Jeff wasn't going for the.
What do you got me in the Canes Hall of Fame this morning?
This is embarrassing,
Joe.
You've
done a good job.
Thank
this
you,
morning.
buddy.
Hey, congratulations.
Every morning, Joe. Every morning.
Goodbye.
But
unbiased. Unlike you, unbiased.
Adios.
Listen, Miami fan. I promise you this.
Yeah.
In Miami, Manny Diaz is not telling his team they lost because they fumbled at the 7. That was unfortunate, but that's not why they lost. They lost because they could not keep the defense off the quarterback. I mean, it was like high school level jailbreak. Literally every time that kid went back to pass, the 3 or 4 times that they gave him a clean pocket, and that's all it was, he made beautiful throws. He had a couple of crossing routes. I thought he played very well for a first-year starter. I'd be really optimistic in Miami about the quarterback situation. All right, before we see what's trending.
Well, I got information here.
Okay.
This is great news for us.
All right.
On a side note, that, Chris Fowler's wife is one of the Googans has tweeted me, Jennifer Dempster, the host of a body shaping program. So really, it's our wives' faults that we're not in great shape.
Gotcha. That's good. I think I'll text Mrs. P. I think I'll text Mrs. P in the
Tell her
break
exactly that.
and tell her just how exactly disappointed I am in her.
It's not our fault.
Honey,
Thanks for nothing.
Honey, I just looked in the mirror and it reminds me I'm mad at you. All right, I have today's Shazam Spotlight. Then we'll see what's trending. I like today's Shazam Spotlight because it shows that the good Lord above loves the Braves and hates the Mets. So anytime I can prove it divinely more than just baseball passion, I find that to...
You've gone too far.
Well, no, it's just true. You explain this. Oh, come on. This is good. You'll enjoy this.
He invoked the name of the Lord
I did.
on this one.
That's correct.
Well, then you got to stand your ground, Dan.
Hates the Mets. Yeah. Why wouldn't he?
You got to set it
I would
straight.
too. Listen. All right, well, he's going to miss
He hates Jeff more than he hates me.
Well, now that's blasphemy. See, now you've taken a baseball storyline and you've entered humanity into it. So I expect to make your pastor's sermon again this week, pointing out your foible. All right. Here's the Shazam Spotlight.
Shazam!
So Josh Donaldson yesterday hit a ball that had like a 40-something degree launch angle. But here's the bottom line I'm going to get to. Josh Donaldson hit a pop-up to left that had the same launch angle and exit velocity, the exact same, as a ball that J.D. Davis hit a few innings later. Josh Donaldson's ball, with the same launch angle and the same exit velocity, went over the fence for a home run, and J.D. Davis, with the same launch angle and the same velocity, it stayed in the park. Explain that one. No, you can't. Shazam Spotlight has just gone pure-blown physics on you.
Divine intervention.
That's the and I can suggest that it's because God loves the Braves and hates the Mets. Tell me another reason.
I'll wait.
That's the Shazam Spotlight, brought to you by the fine folks at the Murray Ford Superstores in Stark and Kingsland. Take that short drive. Also a Murray Superstore, another one down there with other brands in Stark as well. Or as always, just go to ShazamAuto.com.
Shazam!
What is Donaldson at now? He's been just
he's like 30. He's like 33, I think. Yeah. We got 3 guys with 30. Freeman, Acuna, and they're probably going to get to 40, to be honest with you, or they might.
Shall we dance?
Yes, let's see what's trending.
It's the Tap 5 at 8. Visit brewswithaz.beer.
that's right. Need a little musical accompaniment for this one. Jeff, can you ID the artist and song?
This is Take Me Home by either Phil Collins or Genesis.
Correct. Phil Collins. Solo artist. Phil Collins doing Take Me Home. And the reason I bring this
Number
up.
5.
Take you back. 2013. I'll read you a tweet, Jeff. From April 29th, 2013. I hope I get the chance to make it up to you. Thank you, LA. Well, who says you can't go home again, Jeff?
Okay.
Desperation has made strange bedfellows again in the City of Angels as Dwight Howard is back.
Yeah, that's a
in
strange
the purple
one.
and gold.
I didn't go well the first time around.
Plan the parade now.
I was, to be honest with you, I kind of thought Jokum would have been a better fit.
Maybe so.
You know, Jokum's kind of more of just a
Job
free
less
spirit, right? Positive guy. I don't know. We'll see. That's I thought that was a strange.
It's
sign.
an odd pairing. It's gonna be the ultimate test of LeBron James.
I don't know if you have it in there, but there's one stat that's about the trending story of Andrew Luck walking away from the game. You want to know how important Andrew Luck is, and you know that already, but since 2012 when he came into the league, when Andrew Luck plays, the Colts are 53-33 and average 26 points a game. When he doesn't play, they're 10-26 and average 17. Yeah, the Colts are so screwed. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Number 4.
Number 4, guys. This T Swift jam's called "You Need to Calm Down," Dan, and that's what Team USA is saying to their fans after the red, white, and blue suffered their first international loss since 2006, falling to the Aussies over the weekend.
Aussie.
Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. 98-94, snapping a 78-game major international tournament and exhibition win streak for Team USA until this weekend.
Here's what I say, though. Who cares?
Maybe so.
I don't care if they lose the tournament.
I don't care.
What do I care?
I mean, nobody
I'm with
cares.
you.
I mean, to sit here,
Nobody
we're
cares.
going to criticize the fact that we got C and D play? I mean, we got, okay, if you took the top 15 American basketball players in the world,
they'd win every
do we
time.
have them there? No. Do we have the top 30? I don't know.
It is a little bit embarrassing from this standpoint. They're still good enough to beat these teams they're playing.
By
It's
the way,
odd.
if I
Maybe
want-
not embarrassing, but it's weird. Why would you not beat a team that's got, Joe Ingles and their best players aren't like Ingles is a perfect example. Donovan Mitchell's on the team. He's the Utah Jazz best player. Joe Ingles is on the team. He's like their third or fourth best player. Yet in international competition, these other countries it seems to matter so much more. I don't know if that affects the scoreboard, but it sure seems like it. But I'm with you. That's like watching the World Baseball Championships if they send minor leaguers. If it's not Olympic basketball, by the way, I really don't care. I don't care about the Pan Am, the World Championships. You know what the World Championship is? It's Golden State against Toronto. That's what it is. All this other stuff. And the best players in the world all play in the NBA now. So, that's another thing. Remember that guy, Oscar? Remember him, Hick? Played for Brazil?
Yeah.
And that used to be the only, in today's day and age, Oscar would play in the NBA for 12 years.
Yeah.
Because the world has changed. So that's another thing about this international basketball. It's not, it used to be your only opportunity to see some of these international players, and now they play in the NBA.
Number 3.
Number 3, guys. Keeping it trucking, keeping it moving. When was the last time you guys were at Disney? Been a while?
Thankfully, it's been a
been
lot
a while.
of years. Yeah.
It's been since high school.
So my kids have kids. I will not go to Disney World.
What about you, Hick?
That's a promise.
Been a little bit?
Yeah, I'd say probably been a little bit.
Well, great news for you guys. The next time you go down, Epcot will look totally different.
What do you got? Is that
They've
great?
announced massive renovations for Epcot.
What needs it? That thing was built in about 1980, and I don't think they've even put a coat of paint on that sucker since.
They said over the next few years, a massive renovation will unify Epcot into 4 neighborhoods with brand new attractions and exhibits.
I'll give you a shocking stat. I've only been to Epcot once.
Yeah, me too.
And I've been to Disney probably 15 times through the years with the kids but Epcot wasn't my bag. I always liked, I don't know what it's called now. It used to be called MGM. What is it now?
Hollywood Studios.
I like that one. That's
Yeah,
my
I enjoyed
favorite
that
part.
too.
Was that the one that had Tower of Terror?
Yeah, and it's got the movies and the characters.
Yeah, it's fun.
With the kids, I always like that one more.
That's where all the Star Wars people are now.
Magic Kingdom, way too big and spread out, hot.
All those things.
If you're gonna go if you live in Florida, you're gonna go to Disney. You should go in the winter, and no one goes. It's-
But they're gonna renovate Epcot. Four big neighborhoods now, and a bunch of new features, new rides, all kinds of new stuff come to Epcot. So by the time you guys go again, it'll look like a whole new world.
What is their plan for when is this supposed to be starting?
In the next few years.
Okay.
Yeah. Who knows? It may never happen. They're renderings.
We'll
we
talk
know how
about it.
renderings go around here.
I got my fill of Disney on Saturday when game day was there.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Let's not get into Desmond Howard's quote
Yes. Let's not.
when he went full Chappelle, full Wayne Brady on Chappelle's show.
Number 2.
Well, what did he do? If you're going to tease it, you got to tell us.
I can't say it out loud because it's inappropriate.
He cussed?
He said, is Desmond Howard going to have to choke a bee?
But he said it.
Like, it was jokingly, but probably not the best look sitting in downtown Disney, guys.
Jeez.
Or live TV.
Yeah, on live TV. It was a quote from Chappelle's show when Wayne Brady was on it.
I think he thought he was being funny.
It was funny, but I don't know if it landed. I don't know if the joke landed, Desmond.
Number 2.
I'm not a big Desmond Howard fan because I've talked to him a few times about, and I always want to talk about the Jags, and he's just like I don't know, he just, like, he has no desire whatsoever to discuss any of that stuff. I don't know. So whatever. Continue
Number 2,
on.
guys. I think we can all, finally, it's been a long time since, as a nation, we've been able to come together and all agree on one thing. But over the weekend, I think, shout out to the gang at Major League Baseball for finally unifying our country. We've all come to one consensus, one mind.
Awful.
The Players' Weekend uniforms.
Terrible.
Oh, terrible.
It took fashion back 60
My
years.
goodness.
It is almost like they came up with the Players' Weekend in 1954. Those were the most disgusting, awful
They were
uniforms.
awful.
So
And,
bad.
by the way, every time you switch the channel, you don't know who the hell's playing because all of them are the same.
And the pitcher hat, a different color. I hated that too.
I guess they can't wear white hats, I guess,
Yeah.
because of the
Yeah,
sight
you
of the
have to be
ball
able to
coming
see.
out. But it was just an incredibly dumb idea. I'd rather them just stay in their regular uniforms and put their nicknames on the back if they want.
I don't know if you saw my team Friday try to go rogue and come out in their blue hats.
Yeah, they were.
They wouldn't let them.
They wouldn't let them. The Dodgers tried
like,
to
we don't
petition to
wanna
just
wear
wear
the
their regular uniforms against the Yankees. They're like, we never play the Yankees. We'd like to actually look like the Dodgers.
Yeah, it was just terrible. I don't know whose idea that is, but that was awful.
Yeah, those ones were bad.
I did like the white batting helmets.
Yeah, it was different.
Man,
I kind of
I
liked
didn't
those.
like
I couldn't
them
get behind
either.
it.
What is the Players' Weekend uniform been in the past?
I think, was it last year? Was it like they had the team-colored sleeves? They almost
Yeah.
look like Little League jerseys.
Yeah, ours were
Yeah,
kind
like
of like a
blue
funky
sleeves
blue
with the
last year.
nicknames.
Yeah, do something fun. That was
Yeah,
just,
those were-
what a miss.
They were
I mean,
bad.
Incredible miss.
And it was weird. All the players hated it, so it's like, wait, isn't this supposed to be like the
the
weekend?
Players'
What the players
Weekend.
want?
And some of the nicknames were dumb
Did they-
too. It's
Correct.
just-
Did they get
it's really-
a vote or no?
It's really not working.
No.
It's not working. Players' Weekend doesn't mean a thing. Yeah, it was dumb.
And lastly,
Number 1.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
you know,
Ooh.
we hate to see it. You hate, as a Jaguar fan, you hate to see it. As the neckbeard, the Cro-Magnon man,
Yeah.
the Civil War captain, has holstered his sidearm for the last time.
Third best thing I saw this weekend. Number 1, Gator opening victory. Number 2, the baseball series. Number 3, Andrew Luck walking away from the game. What a coup for the Jags and Jag Nation. It's a day of it is a Monday morning of celebration here on the Drill. We don't have to deal with Captain Caveman anymore. And
For the last 4 years or so, I've been in this cycle of injury, pain, rehab, and it's been unceasing, unrelenting, both in season and off season.
That's a shame.
And I felt stuck in it, and the only way I see out is to no longer play football.
That's too
It's
bad.
taken my joy of this game away.
Well, you need your joy, Andrew. Go find your joy, buddy. Go find that joy. And thankfully, the Jaguars don't have any players who have been hurting for the last 5 years. So
Dearest
we'll
mother,
be
the
good.
quill has never felt more heavy, and I have made the decision to holster my sidearm permanently. I shall battle no more. The decision is difficult, but as the Hogs taught me, I must be true to myself. I'm coming home to care for you and the farm, Andrew. The final scribe from the captain, Andrew Luck.
For now.
Will he play again? Yes or no?
That's why the Colts aren't like letting him keep that money out of generosity. They're letting him keep that money in case Andrew Luck wakes up in a year and his wife says, we could use another $30 million and he can go back to work.
Like, man, I slept really good last night. I'm ready to go back.
Irsay's not just giving up $24 million from his pill fund.
No, that's to protect in case he does want to play again. I'd say, I don't know. Dan, he must not love football. Well, he doesn't love football. He said that. Maybe that's changed. He says he no longer loves it. But if you don't love football and you have as much money as Andrew Luck, we'll talk more about that with Tony Baselli.
I hope he never comes back. Go be happy.
Yeah, me
Go
too.
be happy.
Find your joy, man.
Yeah. Find your joy. You know what, Jacoby Brissett? You go find your joy,
football
too.
players, the number one thing that football players say on their personality test is they're just looking for joy.
Find your Quan.
Yeah.
Chase the Quan. Our Joe Poll question of the day, presented by Lockett Law, DUI, and Criminal Defense, 858-981-8. Know before you blow. With the Colts out of luck, who wins the division? 72% are saying the Jags take advantage. 22% like the Texans, 5% like the Titans, and just 1% pick the Colts. What does Tony Baselli say? We'll find out when we come back.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. From the locker room to the sideline.
All day, let's go.
No one knows the Jaguars like Johnny O. Oh, yeah. Hear Jaguars.com's John Osher on Jaguars Today. Brought to you by Florida Pump Service. We make water happen on 1010XL.
Warning. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. The world is changing. Isn't it time smoking changed too? Meet Vuse Alto, a vapor product offering you a satisfying alternative to cigarettes with long-lasting pods filled with liquid blended in the U.S. Vuse Alto delivers our highest performing vapor yet. Simple to use, surprisingly quiet, and impressively powerful. Vuse, leading the way today, tomorrow, and in the future. Underage sale prohibited.
Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hey, good here, my friends at Nimnick Buick GMC. #1 Buick GMC dealership in Jacksonville, FLA. The most inventory, the best price guarantee. Nimnick has been serving and donating to our community for almost 8 decades, man. 78 years. You know how you get to do that for 78 years? Because you care about your customers, and nobody cares more about their customers before and after the sale. Visit them online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. NIMNICHT BuickGMC.com. There you can see all the different cars, trucks, and SUVs and specials they have, like the Summer Super Sale, where you can get 23% off 2019 GMC Sierra SLT Crew Cab trucks, or 28% off 2018 Buick Encore SUVs. They go on and on and on. It's easy to find just there on Phillips Highway, south of I-295. Very easy to get to. A big, beautiful showroom. Nimnick Buick GMC, proud to be recognized by Dealer Rater as a Consumer Satisfaction Award winner. Go see our friends at Nimnick Buick GMC. Nimnick Buick GMC, the new name in Buick.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
What's up, Jacksonville? This is Allie McDeal from both Best Bet Card Rooms in Jacksonville and Orange Park. How would you like to set sail on the allure of the seas and spend 7 days in the Eastern Caribbean? Best Bet Jacksonville is giving away 12 card player cruise packages throughout the month of August. The Daily High Hand winners will receive a luxurious cruise package for 2, which includes a $340 seat into the main event, plus $500 in spending cash. For more information, visit them on the web at bestbetjacks.com. Best Bet, where anybody can win.
The highly skilled members of Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians would like to thank all the hardworking men and women out there and wish everyone a happy Labor Day weekend. Local 234, make the right connection.
A combined 70 years of construction experience, exceptional product and service warranties, your satisfaction is guaranteed with Preferred Builders. They've built their business by doing superior work at reasonable prices. Log on and check out preferredbuildersjacks.com today.
Instant Keys offers honest professional locksmith service for lost, broken, or spare keys. Call Instant Keys at 722-1111. Get dealer-level service in just minutes at a fraction of the cost. 722-1111.
MJ here with Culhane's Irish Pub in Atlantic Beach and Tinseltown, your international sports headquarters. Come party with us and see why we were voted the best Irish pub in Jacksonville by Folio and Bow City Best. Nothing like a perfect pint of Guinness with our #1 seller, Carl's Fish and Chips. Join us for weekend brunch starting at 9 a.m. with the best Bloody Mary bar. Visit Culhane'sIrishPub.com for upcoming events. Irish sass with 5-star class.
Brilliant!
For the best price and service when it comes to your waste hauling and collecting, look no further than the A-Team at All-American Roll-Off and Recycling. Jeff Prosser here, and let me tell you, you're not going to find an easier way to handle your project cleanups than calling in the A-Team at All-American. A J.B. Coxwell company, All-American Roll-Off and Recycling has brand new trucks and cans in all sizes to fit your project needs. No hidden fees. Count on the best price in town. When it comes to cleaning up when the job is done, go with the A-Team at All-American Roll-Off and Recycling. Visit us at all-americanrolloff.com.
They say time is money, and at Claude Nolan Cadillac, we respect your time and strive to make your every visit a pleasure. Serving Jacksonville for over 114 years, Claude Nolan Cadillac owners come back again and again. Why? Because you are more than a customer, you are part of our family, and now get 0% financing for up to 72 months, plus $1,000 on most new 2019 Cadillac models. Visit Claude Nolan on Southside Boulevard or go to ClaudeNolanCadillac.com. Beginning lasting relationships since 1905. See dealer for details.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Now breakfast with Boselli.
Brought to you by Claude Nolan Cadillac and ClaudeNolanCadillac.com. Beginning lasting relationships since 1905. Breakfast provided by Chick-fil-A.
On 1010XL.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Don Anthony Boselli Jr., they call him Tony. We call him Friend. Good morning.
And no, Googans, I'm not going to go searching for my joy. Knock it off. A couple people told me I need to go find my joy. That's what Andrew Luck is doing. He's going to find his joy. The joy is gone.
Well, listen, I mean, that was shocking to say the least.
And no kidding.
And, I mean, Jeff, you and I shared some thoughts over the text messages, and I've had several conversations with people around that whole situation. It's mixed. I mean, I've talked to guys who've played who think it's ridiculous the way he did it, and I've talked to others that think it's fine.
Right.
Overall, what it tells me, the guy's hurt. I mean, the guy was obviously hurt.
Why would he go on IR for 2 months? Like go on that,
To me, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have. I've been through this at some level.
Right.
I'm not the franchise quarterback or anything like that, but I mean, trying to get back from injuries is exhausting.
Right.
And when your body doesn't respond, and all of a sudden, like, reality comes in. I remember after going to the Texans and trying to play, and the shoulder wouldn't respond, so I had 2 more surgeries, 1 on IR, and I was like, I'm going to get ready for the following year.
Right.
And I remember that whole offseason, like, it would progress a little bit, but then it would go backwards. And then I get on the field, and I try the OTAs, and, like, you realize at some point, I never forget, I was working out. I went through all the OTAs and everything, went to San Diego to work out like I always do, and I was on the beach working out because we did beach workouts. It was me, John Lynch, the late Junior Seau.
Damn that John Lynch. Yeah.
That we all worked out. And I remember going through the workout, realizing my body doesn't allow me to do what it needs to do. It's not responding.
Right.
And
but you knew but it was over for you then.
It was over.
Nobody's saying nobody thought it was over for. Is it over for Andrew Luck? Is it that serious of an injury?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what the injury is.
Right.
Mine was serious enough. I mean, I couldn't lift my shoulder up, and I was trying to push myself through it.
Right.
But you come to the realization your body's not responding. And maybe he had that realization that the pain, the rehab, and that his body just wasn't responding to the point where he was going to be able to play the way he wanted to.
I think
I'm
sorry, go ahead.
That's what you always have to realize. I mean, so guys will say, well, he could have came back and played. Well, maybe he could have, but if you're Andrew Luck or any player, you have a standard that where you enjoy the game, you need to play at X standard. And if you can't get there because your body won't allow you to do it, then it's time to hang him up, I guess. If it was me though, guys, I would have been like, I'm gonna like, because the one conversation I had with a ex-player last night was, it almost feels like maybe he fell out of love with the game.
Yeah, he can't love football. There's no way he could. There's no way. I just don't. I can't imagine. I would agree with you on that.
And if you're a fan and you're cynical, and while it may be, he may be tired of dealing with the pain. If you're a cynical fan, you're like, well, I'm sure Ben Roethlisberger and Phillip Rivers and Drew Brees and Tom Brady, I'm sure they had these same pains for the last 15 years, and they find a way.
Fair. I mean, this is where that's not fair. I mean, he had a major shoulder injury.
Right.
He played hurt. I mean, this is not a guy who.
It's been 4 years of injuries. He's basically.
Yeah, this is not a guy who's soft. This is not a guy who it doesn't play through pain.
What about the timing, Tone? You know, you like we teach our. I was saying this to Pros. We teach our kids. You know, if you sign up for something or you're going to do it, you see it through, and then you can. If you don't want to do it again, that's okay. In essence, Andrew Luck signed up to be the Colts quarterback in 2019, and here we are 2 weeks out, and he's retiring. What a gut punch to the organization. So let me ask you, is the timing fair?
Well, I don't know if it's fair or not. But
Yeah.
I mean, here as a player, he got to the point where he just couldn't do it anymore, and he was done. And,
right.
Which is a combination of being physically done, and then there's the mental aspect where you just can't fight anymore. And I think he realized he has nothing left to give. His body isn't responding, and mentally he's checked out. It's over. He can't find it. And and I argued this with a bunch of fans and people, and I'm like, come on, that's what do you expect a guy to do? Like, in one sense, he's doing the right thing because he's not going to go out there and fake it, and be a detriment to his team and the organization. And he just, you don't get to choose when it clicks off mentally.
What injury did he have between last year and this year?
What do you mean?
He had a mysterious, calf ankle.
It was a calf that turned into the high ankle. That
just sounds like something that 3 months rest, it goes away.
It started in March. Here's the problem, Jeff. It started in March or April, and we're sitting here in August. It's still not better.
Right. No. There's something with the tendon or the.
It's not right. Something's weird there to me. I don't understand it. But here's the thing that, I mean, I wonder if the conversation, I'm sure it was had, and if you're Andrew Luck, okay, I've come this far trying to play, and yes, I know mentally I've checked out. Like, my body's not responding. I'm down. I'm depressed. I can't do it anymore. And like he said, the only way to make me to figure life out is to remove football. Okay, that's fair. I get it. But why not? You've come this far. Say, I'm going to go on IR, and I'm going to have the next 8 to 10 weeks to figure this out. Let me try my best to come back and to see if I can do it. I mean, that'd be the only thing I'd ask, what's the harm in doing that? The organization's more than willing to. Heck, they're not even asking to claw back your $25 million that you owe them. Why? What is the harm in doing that? But he couldn't get there, obviously, and he's done. I respect him from the sense of he gave everything he could. I don't think it's fair to compare him to other guys, question his toughness. I think all of that is ridiculous. I thought that fans booing him was very disappointing to me. I get it, though. Fans are emotional. But that's disappointing. This is a guy who did everything he could do and played at the highest level through pain and everything else when he did it. And he's done, and it's time for him to move on.
I thought it was a great day for Jacksonville Jaguars football. I couldn't be happier with it.
I
couldn't be happier that he's gone. If tomorrow Deshaun Watson wants to retire, I'm all in on that one too, Tone. Is there a new reality in football, Tony? Because I wonder this. If Andrew Luck didn't have $70 million in the bank already, and this is not a athletes make too much money, but is there going to be a new normal in the NFL when it comes to picking your guys? It used to be when you were 27 years old, you didn't have $20 million in the bank already. Retiring money.
I think what it'll do, I don't think it's going to be like we heard this all the time. I think it was 4 years ago, some linebacker for San Francisco retired because of concussion fear, and everyone's like, oh gosh, now these guys are so smart, everyone's going to retire. I'm like, no, they're not. This is the one-off. With Andrew Luck, I don't know. I think this is a guy who's hurt in the combination of hurt and having a lot of money, and I don't think loving football. I mean, I could be dead wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are passionate and love football, and I'm not saying Andrew Luck did not once love it like that. I think
Right.
he fell out of love with it. I mean, at some level, the going and finding joy somewhere else and traveling and spending time with his wife sounds more appealing than football.
Yeah.
Well, that's a guy who's at some level fallen out of love with it.
You just got to hope you get a
That's why-
Peyton Manning or somebody who's, Peyton Manning went through a daggum neck surgery. It could have left him paralyzed to keep playing.
It's like but that's the reality with most guys who
Yeah.
are successful in the NFL. I mean,
They'll do
Tom
that.
Brady, he doesn't need the money.
Yeah.
I know.
He doesn't need it.
That's what I mean.
He loves football.
Yeah.
Drew Brees, guys, he doesn't need the money.
These are younger guys, Tony. That's what I
Tony-
mean. These are younger guys. It's a new era.
Tony, tell people though describe the love of the game. Like it's for some guys, it's almost a drug. It's intoxicating. That's why it's so hard to walk away from it.
The best way I can explain it, I still walk on the fields on Sundays on the radio thinking, why can't I go do this?
Right. Right.
I want to go do it.
Right.
I want to be out there. I want to be nervous before the game again. I want to be anxious. I want to feel like I want to throw up again. I want to go out there and get hit. I want to go hit people. I want to compete. I want to feel the joy of winning and dominating someone. And I also want to feel the risk of losing it and getting my rear end kicked. I want to go out. I want it.
And I think
I want
even
to be in
in
the locker room again. I mean, it's like I want to go compete.
Right. I think
And
even in playing sports, there's nothing like a football game as opposed to I mean, and different sports they're different, but
I guess I didn't play. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't play any other sports at the highest level, but
Right.
I played in, high school. But I don't know what that means. I'll just say this: I've never experienced anything like being in the locker room, getting ready with 53 other guys to
Right.
walk out on a field, knowing that you're going to lay everything on the line.
Yeah.
Like there's someone on the other side of that field that wants to beat the what out of you,
Right.
and that I want to do the same to him, and we're going to go out there and lay it on the line in front of everybody for the next 60 minutes.
Right.
It's like the physical and the emotional and the mental aspect of football, and it's the best team sport ever because you need everyone to pull it off. So not only is the pressure of my performance that I want to live up to myself, but I got other guys counting on me to do my job.
Right.
I need to go ahead and make a suggestion to the Jacksonville Jaguars, however. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now on the record, August 27th, 2019. If we get to the end of the season and the Indianapolis Colts are 2-13,
lay down.
Yeah.
Listen,
we don't want to give them Tua like we gave them Luck.
I'm going to say this.
First of all, let me say this. Tua is not Peyton Manning.
I agree. Now, Trevor Lawrence, I'd say I agree. If you tell me it's Trevor Lawrence, then yeah, I got an argument with you. But
And of course, we're not going to need to win the game because we're going to have a 4-game lead and wrapped up home field already.
Oh, boy.
Don't sleep on the Colts, guys. I mean, I think this is a good Colts football team.
Yeah.
Very good.
I
mean,
agree
as far as-
personnel-wise, but I'm not sold on Jacoby Brissett.
No way. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying he's I'm just telling you, this is not the Colts of 2 years ago.
No, you're
when Andrew Luck was
right.
Hurt, and they
go 2-14. They're going to win games. Yeah, they're going to win games.
They won 4 games with Jacoby Brissett when he was a starter.
I think he's
Let's remember
5-12
that.
as a starter overall.
Well, maybe there's 5 games. No, because he won 1 in New England, so
Right.
4 with the Colts. So let's not forget, he came in. A week later, he had to start. Didn't know the playbook, and it was a awful roster.
Right. We sacked him 10 times in one game. I know that.
I mean, come on. Yeah, it was terrible. Now he's coming into a situation where he knows the playbook.
Yeah.
Chris Ballard has done a great job with that roster.
Right.
I'm not saying this is going to be. I thought the Colts were the best team, probably with Andrew Luck, the favorite to win the South. Obviously, that's not the case any longer. But I've always been a fan of Jacoby Brissett. I think he's a good quarterback, and it wouldn't surprise me if this is a team that's competing for a playoff spot at the end of the year.
Go ahead, Beef.
You're listening to Breakfast with Baselli, brought to you by Claude Nolan Cadillac and ClaudeNolanCadillac.com, beginning lasting relationships since 1905 with breakfast, provided by Chick-fil-A. Tony, could you respond to a message from the text line built by Lifetime Enclosures?
Yeah.
From one Guggen. I'll bet John Lynch snuck something in Tony's Gatorade in San Diego. That son of a bee. Next thing you know, that thief is going to be in the booth with Lagerman. He's like Jennifer Jason Leigh in Single White Female.
Damn that John Lynch.
I don't want to make it the good.
I know he's a friend of yours.
I think John Lynch. I don't think he's yearning for the booth job with Lagerman. I think
He's a snake.
Got the job. I think he's got the job he probably wants.
I think he's got a little bit better gig, quite
the
honestly.
GM of the 49ers.
No, the job he always wants is your job.
Oh, goodness.
Well, I didn't have the GM job. I mean, I'd like his job. How about me taking his job?
There we go. We'll switch. Hey, Tone, talk to me about the Jags now. Do you feel better or worse after the preseason game? We've seen all we're going to see in terms of dress rehearsals and such. Take Andrew Luck out of the equation for a second, and where are we after last Thursday? Did you ever once use the word rusty or rust in the booth? And if there is rust, then should they play more or not?
I didn't really use rust.
Okay.
Let me go over the positives. The positives, I think D.D. Westbrook looked good, and he has obviously a connection with Nick Foles, who was fine. Nick Foles was fine.
Okay.
I mean, it was not right. He's a veteran. I'm not worried about it.
All right.
He was fine. The most encouraging thing of the night was the way Leonard Fournette caught the ball and ran.
Yes.
Like he finished runs.
Right.
He was like, okay, I like this is the guy that we need right here.
Can you survive a 16-game season running like that, though?
Come on, yes. You guys forget like Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. And,
they had this. He runs, though. He thuds right into guys, man. Emmitt. All right. Continue on.
Look at Earl Campbell. How about Earl Campbell? Did he run like?
Oh yeah, he sure did. That's a better one. I'll give you that one.
Eric Dickerson. I mean, he was a big back ran.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, so that was good. You know, I thought Jawaan Taylor looked good.
Okay.
Really promising to me. Cam's very rusty. He only had 6 plays, but I talked to him afterwards, and he, admittedly, he's like, I need to keep working. I mean, the good news is physically he looked fine.
The bad news is Frank Clark ain't rusty.
That's not good. I tight end, and I worry about where the consistency of scoring touchdowns is going to come in the passing game. I know
it looked like it was just D.D. only on Thursday, and granted, it's just a half of a preseason game. But
so that was but it was fine. I mean,
right.
The one thing is that we don't our back end of our roster.
Oof.
They're not great, not a lot of depth. I mean, both offensively and defensively. Josh Allen looked good. I think we probably overreacted a little bit on Josh Allen. I mean,
he's not going to Canton in the next couple of years, then?
I mean, he had a tackle for a loss and a couple pressures.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's like.
Well, you have to forgive Jaguar fan. We don't have the history of our first round picks jumping out there and making plays so quickly. You know.
Okay. I mean, no, he's I think he's gonna be very good, but
yeah.
Thursday night didn't change. Now I'm like, I'm positive he's gonna. I mean, it's okay, it's nice. He's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first 4. I mean, I'll tell you what worries you a little bit is no more Darius. You're starting Taven Bryan. I mean, I'm not sure he had the greatest camp, and that's going to be your starting 3 technique.
Right.
Marcel Darius isn't out there.
Right.
I think the secondary is going to be really good. Linebackers, you don't have a lot of depth. So, I think if you stay healthy, if you have a good year of health,
okay,
I think this is a 10-win.
Wow.
10-6 team. That's what I think they do. I think they're 10-6 and fighting for the division title, and worst case, get a wild card.
Sign me up. I'll take 10-6 right now.
I just fast forward. I'd give up 6 months of my life and just fast forward to January if you give me 10-6.
I don't want to give up 6 months of my life.
The last 6 I'm giving up. The last 6.
We're not like we're 25 anymore.
Actually, I'm just going to give up. I'll give it up for a Braves World Series. I got longer with the Jays.
Oh goodness.
So I mean, that's where I see it. This week will mean nothing. It'll be an absolute throwaway.
Right.
I mean, outside of evaluating back end,
we don't even have any really questionable or exciting roster battles. I mean, it's just kind of.
Well, we do the right guard. I know no one else cares about
the starting job. Yeah, but
is wide open.
Yeah, but that's on the coaches.
I actually think Will Richardson's going to win that job.
Wow, and does that make re-signing AJ, Can a mistake?
No, no, not at all.
No, he did. He's not paid a ton.
He didn't get paid a ton. You need depth at the offensive line. Go look around the NFL. Not a lot of guys.
Well, look here last year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. No, A.J. Can's a good signing, regardless of whether he starts or not.
Yeah. All right. Well,
yeah, so that'll be good, but we'll see. Hey, were you guys concerned? Let's change subjects real quick.
Yeah.
Couple off-topic questions I have.
We're here for you.
were you guys concerned that the Gators looked as bad as they did on Saturday night?
I was concerned that we were going to lose the game. When we won the game, I was happy. You know, college football is a long way.
Yeah.
We got a couple of weeks to practice. We got a throwaway game. We got a real chance to get out of the gates 5-0 with that dub. So, but yeah, I mean, I was concerned that I was expecting a little more from the offense for sure. I thought the defense was okay.
Defense. Well, I don't know if Miami's any good on offense.
And that's the other thing. We don't know yet.
But we do know they're good on I mean, Miami was the number one pass defense in college football last year. They can play defense. They got the,
I thought there was big concerns. I thought, like, the whole thing, Manny.
I didn't think they looked that bad, Florida. I didn't. I mean, I thought they had some bad moments, but I don't feel any worse about them after that game than I did before the season started.
Fair enough. I mean, I haven't. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. That's the first time I've watched a Florida Gator game led by Dan Mullen.
Well, thank you.
Wow. One last year.
Welcome aboard, friend.
Did you ever feel the get up and do the Gator chomp or
No, I didn't.
Did that
it
ever
was
come?
Good I like that. I mean, the Felipe Franks kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sold on him as
No,
starting quarterback.
nor should you be.
Yeah, nor should you be.
And I'm not sure why he's running around the stadium.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. He needs to cut that stuff out.
But the Tony kid,
yeah,
he's sure fast.
They don't get that guy the ball enough still.
Yeah, he got it twice. He had two great plays, and then we didn't touch the ball again until the second half.
It's annoying.
Weird.
I like him. So yeah, it was good. So that's okay. I was curious. I didn't know.
For Florida fans, if you beat Miami, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That's a tough game. We've had better teams and lost to them in the last.
We don't have
times.
a great. Yeah, we have not had a. I think it's 29-27 all time, but Miami's dominated the last few times.
Like 7 out of 8 before this one. So
okay, good. So that was good then. That was a great win. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get signed up for the FedEx Cup to win $15 million once?
I just want to come in like 5th and get $1.5 million.
I mean, how do we do that?
Reimer argues me. I think that's like the coup de grace. The change. The FedEx Cup is dumb. It's just dumb. Here's why. I'll tell you why. Every other sport where you have a playoff, you assume and believe that the team that wins is the best team in the sport. And golf isn't like that. I don't care if Rory just won the FedEx Cup. He's not the best golfer in the world. He didn't have the best year. All he got was the biggest paycheck. So that part of it to me is – now, again, I'm rectifying it with being a team sport fan who knows what playoffs really mean. But
here's the difference. This is why I like it. I mean, Rory – I mean, to your point, it's a little gimmicky calling it the playoffs the way you do it.
Right.
Whatever.
And it's too much to winning one tournament.
It's an individual sport. But what he did, I mean, he was 5 back and won by 4.
No, yeah, he had a great weekend. It was a terrific, but he got over-rewarded, I thought, for one great week. At the end of the year, no one would choose to win the Tour Championship over the Masters, the Opens, or the PGA. Yeah,
he won the Players, the Canadian, and this. That's a pretty.
That's a good year, sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
$15 million is a big paycheck.
Big
paycheck.
He made $24 million this year on the PGA Tour. My only thing was, like, I was watching yesterday, and Paul Casey was 2 over on Sunday, and he made $2.5 million, and I was like, man, that's a good gig.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, why are these guys down the road making so much money?
Well, because it's an indication of their whole season.
Right, I guess
he's not getting paid for finishing third. He's getting paid for having 8 top 10s or whatever he had.
Right.
So it's gimmicky.
Fair.
Yeah,
that's the way you got to look at it, I suppose. So
the only thing I'd make a couple changes. The changes that I would make to this thing. I loved how I didn't have to do the calculation of like who's going to win the thing.
Right.
It was just laid out. Very well done. Very smart. Maybe tweaked a little bit, but I liked it. What I would do is you have to make the majors worth more points. And I think if you win a major, you're automatically in the Tour Championship.
Right,
you're
because Justin Thomas shouldn't have been number 1 going in. Brooks Koepka should.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
absolutely,
because he had the better year. But they're saying no, it's the playoffs, and you win in the playoffs. That's
where they really give too many points.
Yeah.
It's not so much the majors should get more; they shouldn't make the stupid Bank of Boston and the Liberty Mutual give you twice as many points as a major. Right. That's the dumb part.
I'm fine with making it more, but the playoff week mean more. But like, if you win a major, you should automatically be. Like, either make them score so much points in the season that you're going to get into the Tour Championship, or you just get exempted. Like, the fact that Shane Lowry and Tiger Woods weren't in the Tour Championship is stupid.
Also a good point.
They won 2 of the biggest tournaments of the year.
Right. So.
How are they not there?
All right, big fella, we got to roll. We appreciate you. Well done, as always. Good concepts and rationalizations. We'll catch up with you next week. That's our friend Tony Baselli, Don Anthony Baselli Jr. He's number 71 in the program, number 1 in your heart. We roll on to the 9 o'clock hour when we come back.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Catch Navy football on 1010XL. This week, the Midshipman Battle Holy Cross. Saturday at 3:30. Brought to you by Scrubbles Express Car Wash at the Town Center and Honeydew Service. Hear the games all season long on 1010 AM.
This is Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is proud to provide sports medicine services to not only the Jaguars, but also the Jacksonville Sharks, Armada Soccer Club, Jacksonville University, the Axemen, Florida State College of Jacks, and the majority of local high schools and community events. With the most experienced, caring, and fellowship-trained specialists in orthopedics, it's no wonder why coaches, parents, and athletes choose JOI. Give us a call at JOI 2000 or online at JOI.net.
Imagine windows in your home that are 2 times stronger than vinyl, never fog up, are maintenance-free, and custom designed for you. Lauren Brooks here for Renewal by Andersen. Visit renewalbyandersen.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. Renewal by Andersen, a better way to a better window. Take advantage of the semi-annual sale with 20% off windows and patio doors. Restrictions apply. See their website for details. This is a limited time offer. License number CGC 1527613.
At Farah and Farah, we take pride in the fact that many of our new clients are referred to us by former clients. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family. Call us at 396-5555. Jacksonville.
We've been saving people money for over 50 years. Now at Mavis Discount Tire, save even more. Right now, get up to $100 back on a set of 4 select Continental tires. You always save at Mavis Discount Tire. Visit MavisTire.com to see our huge tire selection and to find a store near you. Come in today and save.
Mavis Discount Tire, America's discount tire store.
Legal and other restrictions apply. See stores for rebate details.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and I'm thinking about this, Greg. When it comes to brand awareness, Honda is at the top of their game.
They are. They have been on an absolute tear. Everything from the flagship Goldwing to the Mini Moto Groms. They've got exciting new side-by-sides out, a new Talon. Their ATV lineup is second to none.
So it doesn't matter what style of ride you're looking for, Honda has it, which means Cycles of Jacksonville has it.
We are the oldest dealer in the state of Florida. We are a Honda dealer.
Cycles of Jacksonville. Go find your Honda ride right there on Atlantic Air Regency.
Hey, Icken here, and something amazing is about to happen at Diamonds Direct in celebration of the all-new showroom off Town Center Parkway. Starting this Saturday for a limited time, you get the guaranteed low price Diamonds Direct is famous for. Pay nothing down and then 0 interest financing for 5 years. Yeah, free financing, 0% interest, 5 years, nothing down. Best and smartest way to buy. Use someone else's money. Think about it. You get a $6,000 engagement ring and you pay $100 a month. A $3,000 diamond bracelet, $50 a month. Take any item divided by 60. That's your super low payment. And you can finance the entire purchase price, even the sales tax. Perfect time to get that designer engagement ring or that pair of diamond stud earrings. Everything included. It starts Saturday and will be available for a limited time, so don't wait. Nothing down, 0 interest, 5 years. Only at Diamonds Direct in their all-new beautiful showroom off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt. Diamonds Direct, on approved credit. See store for all the details.
Metro Rooter Plumbing is not gimmicky and doesn't have a cute tagline. Metro Rooter Plumbing is always professional, no exceptions. Metro Rooter Plumbing will diagnose solutions to fix wasteful, harmful, or unsafe plumbing problems. The diagnosis is free, and if you feel comfortable, they'll begin work right away. If you'd prefer to hold off, that's okay too. Metro Rooter plumbers are not high pressure, they're just good quality plumbers. Google Metro Rooter to schedule your appointment. They even offer same-day service, including Saturday and Sunday. MetroRooter.com.
The NFL season is about to kick off. Know what that means? It's time to bet, win, and get paid at MyBookie.ag. MyBookie has more odds and more prop bets than any other sports book, and absolutely nobody pays out faster. You get your cash when you want it. Sign up now and MyBookie will double your first deposit. That's up to $1,000 in free money to bet your favorite teams. Want more? How about $100,000 more? You win MyBookie's first ever NFL handicapping super contest, and $100,000 is all yours. Don't play on some no-name sports book. Bet with the best at mybookie.ag. Use promo code RADIO to get your exclusive double your money offer today. That's promo code RADIO. Play, win, and get paid at MyBookie.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
You have to be up in 5 hours. 2 hours. 6 minutes, and you haven't slept a wink. ZzzQuil Pure Z's is a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake with no next-day grogginess. So tonight, try new ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil.
Hi, this is Dale Murray, and we're throwing the flag on those big city dealers charging those big city prices. Come see why everybody's driving the distance to Murray Superstores. If we don't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Our starting All-American lineup wins every time. Plus, our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty on all new and qualified used vehicles puts the blitz on the competition. And we'll trade anything from wore-out bed sheets to football cleats. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Taylor Dahl for 1010XL. What a weekend for the AFC South as Texans running back Lamar Miller tears his ACL in preseason game number 3. Titans announced official 4-game suspension of left tackle Taylor Lewan. And Andrew Luck of the Colts announces his retirement after 7 seasons with Indianapolis. Coach Doug Marrone spoke on Luck's retirement.
I know how difficult it is. I know how difficult this game is. I know how great of a competitor he is. So I felt it was unfortunate that injuries or take a part of it, and I'm sure it must have been very, very difficult for him. Just a loss for the game.
And despite Miami being able to flaunt the turnover chain 2 times and a not very pretty win, Felipe Franks managed to pull the Gators into a win over Miami 24-20 as Florida starts their season 1-0. 9:03 and 80 degrees, time and temp are brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This training camp update on 1010XL is brought to you by Tools for a Time Jacksonville, your Gravely zero-turn mower dealer.
I don't think you ever get immune to that. I think people who are immune to that are bull. I think people that are immune to that have no appreciation for what these people do. They have no appreciation for what goes on in their family. I think it's cowardly. I think it's bull, and I hate people like that. I mean, to be honest with you. I think that if you don't have an appreciation for it, if you don't feel bad about it, you really shouldn't be in this business. I really feel that way. I get pissed. I mean, I do. I mean, I'm not an emotional person up or down, but this week is probably, outside of anything happening in my family or things like that, this is by far the toughest week. I hate it. Like I said before, most of these players, 99.9% of them, have done everything we've asked, everything the right way. So, it's difficult. Like I said, the ones that are easy are the ones that are guys that are that are not going to make it anyway. I mean, you cut them with a smile on your face. You can't get them out of the building fast enough, but we don't have that. We've got guys that are truly working their butts off.
Got to go from 90 to 53 this weekend, and this is nothing new. Doug Marrone has expressed this the other 2 years that he's been here. He does not like this part of the NFL calendar where you have to go dream crush, and I think part of that, Dan, is this vicariously it kind of mimics his career, a guy who had always battled just to try and hope to latch on to a roster when the season began.
I was at a restaurant on Saturday getting some lunch Saturday afternoon, and Jaguar player came in, and I looked at him, and I asked the guy who it was. It was Picasso Nelson.
Okay.
He was sitting there by himself eating lunch, and talking to the manager.
Last meal.
Yeah. And
no, just kidding. That was not a joke. I'm not joking about his
yeah. Doug Marrone hates you.
Yeah, right. He hates me now. Yeah.
And I was sitting there wide, and I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, this guy probably won't make the team. I don't know. If you crunch the numbers, they might keep one young corner, but he probably won't. He got an interception but he also knows that he's playing for his future in terms of putting things on tape, right? He wants to put whatever he can on tape that, some other team might be interested in if it's not going to work out here for him in the numbers game. But anyway, as I was leaving, he was talking to a young man, a boy who was a football player, and his mom, and talking to him about a really nice kid. And, and I think that's what Doug Marrone is referring to. We don't know, there's 90 guys in there. We don't know all, and every one of them has a story, and we don't know their stories. But here's Picasso Nelson, who I think maybe Southern, I'm not sure where he went to college. And wherever he went, he is a success story that he has gotten an invitation to an NFL training camp and been with a team throughout an entire offseason. And, he's maybe fighting for a practice squad spot or, wants to get into the league. And when you're an undrafted rookie, the odds are always way stacked against you. Way stacked against you. And it is extremely tough. You might even be better than, on the field, a certain person at the same position as you who was drafted in the 5th round. But guess what? The 5th rounder is going to get more of a look and more of an opportunity. And that's just the way it is.
Picasso Nelson, Southern Miss.
Southern Miss. There you go. So I was close. Southern.
You got the Southern part.
Yeah. Anyway, I was just thinking about that this weekend, and I understand where Doug Marrone's coming from. It's certainly a tough weekend, I guess, on Friday or Saturday. If you got 90 guys,
yeah, they'll do some, probably both. Listen, here's another thing, too. This also makes it hard. You're Doug Marrone. You got to look guys in the face this week as you get ready to practice.
Right.
You've already decided aren't on the team.
Pretty much.
No, there are 30 guys. Right, maybe there are 20 guys right now that have no chance of making the team. There's nothing that can happen this week.
That's correct.
Right? So maybe there's some.
But what they got to understand
some
is
volleying for
the
practice
way they
squad
practice and the way they play against Atlanta. And like if you're the Magoo kid, and you'll probably get the majority of the snaps on. Here's the real kick in the hoo-hoos, by the way.
Oh, the hoo-hoos.
You get through the weekend, you make the team, and then
right. That's awful.
And then the following week,
no, not the following day,
they pick somebody up off the waiver wire
somebody else got
and they
waived.
cut your butt.
Yeah, that'll happen.
You go out you play your butt off Thursday, you make some plays, you feel like you've earned it. You
cuts are
you don't get cut on Friday or Saturday. They have their 53-man.
You go to dinner with your girlfriend.
You celebrate, and then the next day they call you in and say, "Oh, we're cutting you. We're picking up this 3-year vet."
What did you make of T.J. Ward working out for the Jags this weekend?
I think that they work.
Been out of the league for a year. That was kind of strange. I don't know if it was an injury.
Man, kick the tires. Yeah. Kick the tires on every single person you want.
I just wonder if it indicates some sort of injury back there.
I saw that Louisiana won the Little League World Series. I think it's the second year in a row United States team won.
They were refreshing.
But the best, I didn't watch much of it.
They looked like a little. Here's Dan. Here's what you need to know about Louisiana. It looked like a Little League team actually won. Yeah. There weren't a bunch of 6'2" behemoths with mustaches.
They changed the rule this year.
Well, I don't know what they changed to. The other kids had monsters. They were a bunch of little kids.
You can't be 13 and play anymore.
Well, good.
You got to be 11 or 12. But the best, I read this story this week, and it was terrific. This guy, his name is Steve Politi, I think. He's a sports writer for the Newark Star-Ledger. And so he's growing up, and he played Little League like we all did. And he got called out like we all did when he didn't agree with it. But what he did that we don't all do is he then flipped the umpire double birds.
When he was a kid?
Yeah. And so it was a horrifying moment. And it turns out that the kid, that the guy he flipped
Al Blades. Sounds like Al Blades.
He flipped the double birds to, was also a kid. I mean, he might have been 9 and the ump was 13 or 14 like many of us did. And so what he did is he said, okay, it's time. I'm going to go back and find this guy and apologize. And he wrote about it. Okay. And he showed a picture.
Did he find him?
Yeah, he found him. And he, in fact, lived on the same street as his parents. And he's like, I know who you are. But he did not even remember getting flipped with the double birds.
Of course not. Yeah,
But the guy who flipped the double birds did. And so it was a really good read. It was a fun story. Just one runner scored, 2 runners scored. I was the tying run now, but instead of getting carried off the field as I crossed the plate, I was hit with one awful word that echoed across the diamond and pierced my prepubescent brain. Out. Wait, out? Did the umpire say out? Like, is it not safe? the victory, the back slaps, the second cup of orange high C. It was all vanishing. Why? How? Before I could process the reason that my moment of glory had so suddenly evaporated, I turned to that ump and I did something that would burn in my memory for 3.5 decades that followed. I flipped him the double bird. So he made it a quest. So he went back and asked around the neighborhood and found out who it was and finally ran into him, and it was a really good story. It was funny to read.
All right, let's take a break here. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, DivorceMenOnly.com. When we come back,
can I do one more thing?
Yeah, absolutely. We need you to do one more thing.
High school football.
Okay.
A Friday night, a young man who plays for Hilliard.
Yeah, I saw
quarterback, had a terrible.
It looked kind of innocuous to play.
Yeah, but he had bleeding on his brain. And I just want to tell folks, if you're in the mood, if you have $25 or whatever, they're trying to raise money to help him. He had brain bleeding. He rushed to the hospital. I don't know how he's doing. His name is Nathan Dowie, I believe. There's a GoFundMe set up for him. That's a GoFundMe that you would gladly give to.
Yeah.
At
Hilliard, right?
Yeah, and it's out in Hilliard. So anyway, if anyone wants to help, it's Nathan Dowie.
He went up. Did you see the play?
I did not.
He went, and I didn't see it, but
he flipped.
It
right?
sounds like he flipped and landed on his head and was fine, and didn't stay on the ground. Didn't really feel anything, and then. By the time the game ended on the way home, he started to get nauseous and not feel well, and they take him down. They rush him to the hospital. He's got bleeding on the brain, and so, brain surgery is very in-depth for sure. So, I'm glad you mentioned that. I meant to mention that today.
So anyway, thoughts and prayers with him, and if there's anything you can do,
I want you to, in the break, tell me, in order to qualify for this, you have to have not been a real factor on the national scene. By that, I mean you haven't spent significant time at number one. You haven't made the playoff. You haven't been to a BCS game. So, like, Oregon couldn't apply. They've been there. They haven't won. But I want to identify for me. Think about maybe the 4 or 5 biggest underachievers in college football.
Okay.
Because I have a point to make about one of those when we return. All right, this is The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, DivorceMenOnly.com.
Now, the Lamb Rant, brought to you by the Best Bet Card Rooms at Jacksonville and Orange Park.
A lot of good football players will be cut by NFL teams this week. Some will catch on with other teams. A few will continue working out, hoping opportunity knocks again. Most will go home, the dream over. When the latter group gets home, they'll find no jobs paying newcomers $400,000 a year. No jobs that pay solid but not outstanding employees $5 to $10 million a year. They'll find no doctors at their beck and call, no meals offering so much and such variety. But they will have the memories of having been part of the NFL, if just for a short while. They'll have stories to tell their children and grandchildren. The stories, of course, will grow as the years go by. A player doesn't make it into an NFL training camp without being a very good player. Understand that. Some don't make it simply because of wrong time, wrong place. I feel for them, but at least they had a taste of the dream so many young boys never get.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Baloo here for Key Buick GMC. Now is the time to drive like a pro. Pick up the brand new GMC Sierra 1500 and save up to $12,000. Hey, it's the truck I own. It's the truck I've been driving around in. I love it. Plenty available right now. Remember, at Key, you buy a brand new Buick, a brand new GMC. It includes the lifetime powertrain warranty. Only at Key, across the street from Tinseltown. That is South Side in Gate.
If you're facing surgery or taking medications for erectile dysfunction, there is an alternative solution: Core Wave Therapy. This is Dr. West, board-certified urologist with the McKeever Clinic. With Core Wave Therapy, you'll experience an ED solution with many benefits over traditional therapies such as surgery or pills. The procedures are short, painless, and have no downtime.
Call 355-6583 or visit McKeeverClinic.com. That's MCIVER. McKeever Clinic, innovators in urological care since 1921.
Hey folks, been thinking about getting your carpets cleaned? Call Zero Res, the #1 rated carpet cleaner in town. Call us to get your carpets, tile and grout, area rugs, and furniture cleaned. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important things we can have, and sometimes the most elusive. I'm Mark Anajar from the Law Office of Anajar & Levine. Falls can be embarrassing. Your first reaction might be to get up, but always make sure to check yourself for any injuries. Examine your surroundings to see what caused you to fall. Take pictures if possible, and call the manager to make a formal report. If you've been injured in a slip and fall accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Office in Jacksonville.
Watch this. Get your golf weekend started early during Brunch with the Tour. Tour news, tips, and inside info brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. Breakfast provided by Chick-fil-A. Now I'm really hungry. Wednesday morning on 1010XL.
I really couldn't play golf. I couldn't even walk very far.
Here's Nancy Anderson to talk about her experience with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
I chose Southeast Orthopedic Specialist because of the reputation of the different surgeons and the hospital experience, and just overall, I'd heard so many great things. And truly, my life is enriched tenfold because now I can do anything.
Get your body moving again with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Find out more at se-ortho.com.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. One of the biggest changes we've seen in fine jewelry over the last 25 years has been the growth of jewelry designers. At Underwoods, we're the leader, bringing to North Florida the best names in designer jewelry. In fact, we carry designer lines in a similar way to how clothing stores carry designer labels. The difference is that jewelry designers have to be a little more timeless in their presentations because nobody wants to buy a fine piece of jewelry only to find out the next year it's gone out of style. That's why you'll find at Underwoods the best of the jewelry designer names, those that are tried and true and popular. Names like David Yerman, Roberto Coin, John Hardy, Marco Bichigo, Jude Francis, Lagos, Hippolyta, and a lot more are all available right now at Underwoods. So if you want the best looks in designer jewelry, stop by Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, the Shops of Ponte Vedra, or the Avenues Mall.
Are you looking for a company to take care of all your truck and van fleet needs? It's Catlin. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks, and vans too, from ladder racks to laptop stands, van shelving, strobe lights, and seat covers, from the cam locker toolbox to Lear truck caps. At Catlin, we can take care of all your fleet needs. We don't sell trucks, but we outfit them every day. Quality counts at Catlin for 100 years.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jax, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them the solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reese Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reese Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reese Plumbing at PlumbingJacksonville.com.
Hey Jacksonville, Safety Tom here with Remedy Staffing. With the heat blazing, it's time to break out the cold water, fruits, and veggies. Put away the large hot meals for lunch, and grab some shade in a nice cool area during breaks at work. If you're new to the job, pace yourself. This goes for at home as well. Long days at the beach, kids' sporting events, doing work around the house. Keep the water flowing for you and your family. And remember, don't wait until you're thirsty. Drink plenty, early, and often. These are just a few simple tips for staying cool and hydrated from Remedy Staffing.
With hurricane season now here, the only weather you need to be concerned about is whether your homeowner's insurance policy will cover you in the event of storm damage. Ask about Southern Oak Insurance today.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Welcome back, 9:20. This is The Drill. Hanging out on a Monday. I got a case of the Mondays. I watched a little of the Titans game last night. It caused me to tweet as bad as they looked, and I know it's just the preseason, and we've told you that the Falcons have gone 0-12, and the Ravens are 16-0, and their regular season records over the last 3 years are about the same, so nothing matters. But Mariota was 0 for 3. And I just sit there and I go,
he looks like he's kind of chunking it like Werfel. He doesn't look the same.
How are we not beating this team? We've got to beat this team this year on that Thursday night.
Maybe the quarterback change will change it.
Yeah, so, and also there was a lot of chatter. I didn't see much of it, but it was a little nauseating, the new camera that they tried to work in. Nobody seemed to like it. Did you guys
I was okay with
see any of that?
Yeah, I did. Okay. It just kind of gives you, in case you were
Made
wondering.
Me a little dizzy.
Well, it's kind of strange to me that the best seat in the house is center court 5 rows up.
Right.
And they'll do this in basketball, yet they'll show you a camera that's up, in the second level. Well, the second level's not as good a view as center, and that's kind of that last night. Football seems intent on constantly looking for this new great angle or camera shot, and sometimes it is what it is. Put them up on top of the east stands and just shoot it from a wide angle, and that's more than enough. So I got a couple of this fans on the text line. It's just been too harsh on Andrew Luck. I know when I'm too harsh. I have not been harsh today, have I? In any way. There's no suffering. We're not taking joy in any suffering except for the suffering that the Colts organization is going to have to do. Andrew Luck is not maimed, harmed, disfigured, paralyzed, injured for life, or otherwise.
I think we're just talking about both sides of the story. And
I'm happy that Andrew – I'll stand by it. I'll say it again. Yes, I will take joy in Andrew Luck leaving the Colts. That's a guy we don't have to face every year.
I think Tony Baselli said he talked to a lot of players, and some felt like he put the team in a bind. That was one of my questions, was the timing of the retirement, and why not take the injured reserve for a couple months if you just can't do it and heal up, or maybe just and he has the right to do whatever he wants to do, and he did. But there are two sides to every story, and only Andrew Luck really knows the truth. Only Andrew Luck knows how much he is suffering, and Andrew Luck may be in unbelievable pain.
Suffering is too hard for a word for me. That's the word I take exception with. Suffer is a serious word. Suffering and hurting suffering and hurting are different.
Yeah.
I
think he's suffering. I think the guy went through, he sat out 2 years with a shoulder. I mean, he was a tough dude. He always ran the ball. He always got
here's what happens with me in these stories, and this inevitably, the show will run out before I get too frustrated. I get frustrated when something happens to a guy and we set him up as some incredible example. He ain't suffering more than Marquise Lee suffered the last year. There's plenty of guys in the league that are hurt. So I think there's this notion because he stepped away that he, for some reason, deserves more empathy or is in a worse state than 80% of the league. So, but that's my character flaw, not yours. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Name for me the more, how did I say it before? College football programs that are underachieved. Give me the biggest underachievers.
Oh, the underachievers? Michigan of late?
No, ever.
Ever?
Or of late.
Michigan comes to mind. Because
for instance, if this were 1988, Florida might be number one.
Yeah.
You're in a big conference. You're a big school. You got lots of resources.
Yeah. It just depends to what level of underachieving you're talking
Michigan has won too much as a program.
Yeah.
Not in the last 10 years.
I mean, was Georgia an underachiever? I mean, they haven't won a natty since 1980, but yet they're very good right now.
I'm asking you. So, I don't go by what mine are.
I guess what I'm asking is what's the
I don't think Georgia's
definition?
An underachiever. They've won a national title. They've been to the playoff game 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like Oregon's not an underachiever. Just because you
then who is?
Texas A&M, all that facilities, all that money, never won anything. Another terrific underachiever to me was on display this weekend. Arizona, who has all the resources and
lost to Hawaii.
And they lost to Hawaii with Kevin Sumlin.
By the way, did hit the over on that one, though.
But I thought to myself, same old Arizona.
Yeah.
They got a new coach. Everyone's excited. And what do? They lose to Hawaii, right? With a Heisman Trophy candidate quarterback. So that's the kind of program I was
never done anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not just never done anything. There's plenty of programs that never done anything. Kentucky's never done anything in football. But Texas A&M and Arizona should be able – South Carolina would be another one. If Clemson can win like they're winning, there's no reason South Carolina shouldn't be able to win that way.
Okay.
So that's kind of the but I just went a roundabout way to bring up that Arizona went to Hawaii as about a 14-point favorite and lost the football game.
Yeah. Not good.
It's Kevin Sumlin, for those that don't know. It's taken that job.
Yes.
So, and they have, in this Khalil Tate, one of the purportedly best quarterbacks in college football.
They scored 38 points. We have $2,000 now to play with going into this week's official Friday Fight Back.
The Gators finally got out of their own way. They were able to win the game, but boy, it was not. If you thought that Florida was going to go down and just motor through, Miami didn't think that, and they played that way, and they were excited from the get-go. I thought you made a really good point earlier today, and that is this with Miami. They have proven in the past that when those lights come on for those big games against a heated rival, they can show up and even win sometimes. But what do they do when they go to North Carolina in 2 weeks?
Right, and you had said that their schedule, they don't play another ranked opponent on their schedule.
As of now, no team on their schedule is ranked.
And yet I feel like they'll lose a couple games along the way.
Well, and some of those teams may get ranked, Virginia for one.
I mean, at North Carolina is a tough game. Then they got 2 throwaways with Bethune and the Fighting Butters of Central Michigan come to town. So Butters will be back in town if we want to go visit. I'll be down in Miami at least. But then, Virginia.
That's me.
Thank you. Then Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, Pitt, those type teams at FSU, Louisville. It's not a tough schedule at all. Miami has every opportunity to win the Coastal this year. And who knows, maybe they'll do what they did in 1983 when the Gators beat them and they never lost again and won a Natty.
Yeah, I'm going to stick off the Natty with the freshman quarterback. That offensive line is not Natty material. It might get there, but boy,
no.
If a young player can be ruined by a game, then those Miami offensive tackles better get into therapy this week because they just got absolutely demolished from the first snap till the last.
They were, and little things like this you let go, and as a coach starts a program, but they were terrible at getting the plays off. I mean, how many delay of game penalties did they have? Manny Diaz said in the first half those kids were definitely intimidated. Bright lights, big game, jumping off sides, that kind of thing, and that happened as well. They had a boatload of penalties.
This week 0 concept, get used to it. The game was a smashing success. Did you see ESPN had their highest ratings on a college football game since November of 2016?
Of course they did. They had no other games on.
Well,
We're
hold
all gonna
on.
Watch it.
We've had very good Labor Day night games for a lot of years. There's no one else on.
Yeah.
ESPN's had a lot of games on through the years that
and I suspect those Labor Day games were probably good. I want them to fix college football before we start pushing the season backwards.
Fix it how?
Get a playoff. Get an 18 playoff or a 16 playoff where you qualify for the playoff, and then we can do these other little things. But, but it was great for Florida, Miami. I mean, you had the Gator logo and the Miami logo up all week on ESPN. On game day, it was all about the Canes and the Gators.
Yeah.
Tons of stories about them. Steve Spurrier, Urban Meyer, all the Miami guys on the sidelines. I mean, it was a tremendous.
Now, what did you make of Urban being back in a Gator shirt?
I had no problem with that.
I don't.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have a problem. He's a former coach.
Yeah.
Does Gator Nation have a problem with that?
Some do. Some don't like Urban. We know that.
Well, at some point, does that soften now that he's not coaching someone else?
It should.
Yeah, I mean, look, Urban Meyer's far from a perfect person.
But again,
that's like Miami not liking Jimmy Johnson.
How will Ohio State fan react when he takes the USC job? They won't be happy.
Wait, back up. I'm not blaming the parts of Gator Nation that don't like Urban Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
Not.
Yeah.
So.
But Urban Meyer is a mercenary. That's what he does. You hire him, he wins you a natty, and he moves on.
A lot of coaches are a lot of the great ones are like that.
Mm-hmm. But he left Ohio State, his dream job, and we all know that in a year's time he'll be back coaching again.
He did seem this time around. I mean, he was like clutching his head and falling to the ground at least this time around. He looked sicker than when he left Florida. But he definitely makes you feel like he is. He does have health issues.
There's a little bit of an Andrew Luck thing there, too. It takes its toll on him. I mean, but that guy knows how to do it. He knows how to win within the framework.
Here's what happens to Urban. He gets away from the game for a year, and he feels great, and he's ready to do it again. So the question now is right. It's not if he'll coach again, it's who will he coach next?
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll be back. But, yeah, he was there, and he was sitting with Spur Dog.
Are you warming up to my idea, my wish that Miami, Florida could play every year? Or not to the point that you would eschew a different rivalry?
I'd like them to play,
maybe 4 times a decade instead of 2?
2 is fine. 3, as long as there's Texas and Colorado and whoever else, I'm fine with it.
Texas, I'm with you. Colorado, I'd play Miami 100 times before I play Colorado once.
If those teams aren't on the schedule, then absolutely they should. What Florida should never do is have the schedule that they have next year. That's despicable. That's gross.
Well, this one was saved by the Miami game. Don't kid yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, right? Don't we have 3 jokes now? There's not like, again, I've always said you need to get a Southern Miss or a UAB or somebody you can at least pass off as has beaten somebody at some point. But Charleston Southern and who do they even play? Illinois State? What is it?
I think we have Towson this year.
Towson. Of a Pete. Man.
Eastern Washington.
What the hell?
South Alabama and New Mexico State next year.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's just disgusting.
Yeah.
The Noles will play this week against Boise State. And listen, this was the worst kept secret ever. You can sell me Alex Hornibrook. I've seen him play too much. They had to go with Blackman, who was in the program and I think has the belief of his teammates. Now, whether or not it'll play out to that belief, but I think his teammates like him. Seems to be a leader. You could almost
they definitely like
differentiate between him and Francois when those two were there. So
no question.
We'll see. Very important for FSU to get off to a good start, or the Willie Taggart noise is going to really ratchet up fast, man. I mean, there are FSU fans, good ones, good fans that, another 5 and 7 year, they're going to be asking some questions at the end of the year. Like, do we need to go in another direction? And I'm torn on that, because when it's my team and you have expectations and you fall way short of them for 2 years, there are certain programs where you don't expect to have a 5-year rebuild. There are certain programs you feel like the DNA of the program, the logo, the facilities, the history, you ought to be able to get back quick. FSU's one of those. You play in a bad conference, comparatively, you ought to get good fast. You shouldn't have gone 4-8 last year.
No. And I think they have every opportunity to do that. I think they'll have a. What's the line against Boise?
I think they're 7-point favorites.
I'll probably jump on that one.
What do you believe FSU will be this year?
I would play the over on wins, which was 7.5. I think FSU can go 8 or 9 dubs.
Think they will?
Yes, I do.
And they may. I don't.
I think they have enough talent now.
I do think, like I said though, after the year they had last year. You better not stub a toe coming out here. You better go beat Boise State. No one's expecting anything of Boise either.
Yeah, that would be disastrous.
But James Blackman named the starter yesterday, so that was the news of the day out of Tallahassee. They'll play here on Saturday night against Boise. We make the turn for home next. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The 1010XL studios are kept clean by Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
We live Jacksonville. We love Jacksonville. We are Jacksonville. Where do we begin? 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray, and we're throwing the flag on those big city dealers charging those big city prices. Come see why everybody's driving the distance to Murray Superstores. If we don't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Our starting All-American lineup wins every time. Plus, our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty on all new and qualified used vehicles puts the blitz on the competition. And we'll trade anything from wore-out bed sheets to football cleats. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Life beyond the gravitational pull of the city requires a can-do attitude. It takes versatility to accomplish all that needs to be done, and enough power to never get in over your head. The Kubota L-Series tractor pulls up its bootstraps, hooks up to its many attachments, and gets the job done right. That's why it's the #1 selling compact tractor in America. Kubota, shape your world.
Coastal Equipment on New Kings Road, Jacksonville, and now also in McClenny.
Coastal Equipment.
Hey, sports fans, J-Dog has a deal for you. Get a 15% discount at J-Dog Junk Removal. We get it. The last thing you want to do this summer is move your junk. Hi, I'm Don, Marine Corps veteran from J-Dog Junk Removal. Let us beat the heat and get rid of your junk. Make the call now through Labor Day and get a 15% discount. Call today, 844-GET-JDOG, or go to jdog.com and type in your zip code. 15% off through Labor Day. JDog.com. Veteran-owned and veteran-operated.
FSU fans, the Party Shack Tailgate Village is offering special VIP pricing only for Florida State Boise State. For $39.95 plus tax, you'll have access to air-conditioned VIP suites, each with a top deck with sunshade, charging stations, Sonos sound systems, free Wi-Fi, and luxury air-conditioned restrooms on site. Plus, catered food provided by Publix and 4 drink tickets for beer or wine. Only $39.95 plus tax for FSU Boise State, and you can buy now at JacksVillage.com. That's JacksVillage.com.
He's number 55, Mac in the middle, Tom McManus.
What an athlete, tremendous competitor.
Fridays on Jaguars Today, brought to you by McGowan's, the official heating and air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars on 1010XL.
Regency Electric Company seeks electricians and foremen